When we gaze up at a great Gothic cathedral, we see a magnificent building. We see towering spires, intricate carvings, and vast stone walls reaching for the heavens. But what if these structures were more than just places of worship? What if they were carefully tuned instruments designed not just to be built, but to resonate with the cosmos itself? The master builders of these incredible edifices possessed a profound understanding of the universe. They knew that everything from the smallest atom to the largest star vibrates with a unique energy. They believed that by aligning their creations with these cosmic rhythms, they could build something truly extraordinary, a gateway between the earthly and the divine. This wasn't just a hopeful idea. It was a science woven into the very fabric of the stone. The architects were masters of sacred geometry, an ancient knowledge that saw mathematical ratios as the language of creation. They used specific proportions, like the golden ratio, to design everything from the height of the nave to the curve of an arch. These were not arbitrary choices. These ratios were believed to mirror the harmonious relationships found in nature, in music, and in the movements of the planets. A cathedral, therefore, was a mathematical reflection of the universe, a silent song composed of numbers and shapes intended to bring divine order down to earth. The connection to the stars was often direct and astonishingly precise. Many cathedrals were oriented towards specific celestial events, such as the rising sun on a solstice or the position of a particular constellation. The famous Chartres Cathedral in France, for instance, is said to have a layout that mirrors the constellation Virgo. It's as if the builders laid a star map upon the ground and then raised it into a three-dimensional stone structure. This celestial alignment turned the entire building into a giant astronomical clock, marking the passage of time and connecting the lives of the people inside with the grand cyclical dance of the cosmos above. This intricate design philosophy meant that a cathedral was never just a random collection of beautiful parts. Every pillar, every arch, and every vault was part of a unified, harmonious whole. The intention was to create a space that felt both immense and intimately connected to the individual. By standing within these geometrically perfect and celestially aligned walls, a person was meant to feel their own small place within the grand, ordered scheme of the universe. The building itself was a lesson, a silent teacher, instructing all who entered in the profound and beautiful logic that underpins all of existence, from a humble prayer to a distant burning star. The genius of the cathedral builders extended beyond silent geometry and into the realm of sound. They knew that if their stone structures were tuned to the cosmos, they also needed to tune the human beings who entered them. They achieved this through a masterful manipulation of acoustics, turning the cathedral into a giant, resonant chamber. The high, vaulted ceilings, the stone columns, and the carefully calculated interior spaces were not just for visual grandeur. They were designed to capture, amplify, and sustain sound in a unique way. A single note from a choir could hang in the air, seeming to last forever as it bounced and echoed, filling the space with pure, vibrating energy. This acoustic engineering was no accident. It was a core part of the design. The builders understood that sound has a physical effect on the human body. Certain frequencies can calm the mind, slow the heartbeat, and even induce states of deep meditation or spiritual awe. The cathedrals were built to favor these specific resonant frequencies. When the great pipe organ thundered its lowest notes, the vibrations could be felt deep within one's chest. When a choir sang in perfect harmony, the layered sound waves washed over the congregation, creating a sonic environment that was both powerful and profoundly healing, aligning the body's own rhythms with the building's sacred resonance. The music performed within these spaces was composed specifically to activate this unique environment. Gregorian chants, with their flowing, monophonic melodies, were perfectly suited to the long reverberation times of the cathedral. The notes would blend and overlap, creating a continuous stream of sound that seemed to transcend time. This wasn't music for entertainment, it was a tool for transformation. The chants and the powerful chords of the organ were designed to quiet the chattering mind and open the heart, creating a shared experience where every person in the room became part of one unified, vibrating field of sound and spirit. In this way, the cathedral acted as a kind of sonic healing center. People didn't just hear the music, they felt it in their bones. The combination of the building's architecture and the specific music played within it was intended to retune the human instrument. It was a technology of well-being, designed to clear away the noise and stress of daily life and bring a person back into a state of inner harmony. By simply being present in the space during a service, an individual could be sonically cleansed and spiritually uplifted, their own energy field brought into alignment with the cathedral's powerful, celestial hum. Just as sound was used to tune the body, light was used to elevate the mind. The most breathtaking features of any Gothic cathedral are its stained glass windows. These were not simply pretty pictures or decorations to brighten a dark space. They were complex instruments designed to transform ordinary sunlight into a mystical, otherworldly experience. The master glaziers were alchemists of a sort, mixing metallic oxides into molten glass to create vibrant colors, cobalt for deep blues, gold for radiant reds. When sunlight streamed through these panes, it was no longer plain light. It became a cascade of jeweled color, painting the interior with a divine glow that seemed to change with every passing cloud and hour. This colored light had a profound psychological and spiritual purpose. Each color was believed to carry a specific vibration and meaning, capable of influencing human emotion and consciousness. The deep blues could inspire a sense of tranquility and mystery, while the rich reds might evoke feelings of passion and divine love. Walking through a cathedral was like being immersed in a bath of pure colored light. This experience was meant to lift the visitor out of the mundane gray world outside and transport them into a heightened state of awareness. The light itself was a medium for prayer, a visual sermon that spoke directly to the soul without the need for words. On the floor of many great cathedrals, another mysterious tool for transformation can be found, the labyrinth. The most famous of these lies in Chartres Cathedral, a winding circular path inlaid into the stone tiles. This was not a maze designed to confuse, as there are no wrong turns. Instead, it was a walking meditation, a symbolic pilgrimage. To walk the labyrinth is to embark on a journey to one's own center and back out into the world again. The walker follows the single twisting path, their mind focused on the physical act of placing one foot in front of the other, allowing thoughts to quiet and the spirit to find its focus. This meditative journey was a physical practice that mirrored the soul's search for God. It provided a way for people to participate directly in the cathedral's spiritual technology. While the light from the windows bathed them in color and the music resonated in their bones, the labyrinth grounded them in a purposeful, contemplative act. It was a tool for centering the self, for finding peace amidst life's complexities. The path's twists and turns represented the challenges and wanderings of life, but the guaranteed arrival at the center offered a promise of ultimate clarity, integration, and return, all within the sacred container of the cathedral. Where did the builders of the great cathedrals acquire such profound knowledge of geometry, astronomy, sound, and light? This wisdom was not invented in medieval Europe. It was the inheritance of a long and often hidden tradition, passed down through generations. Many believe the Knights Templar, who were closely involved in the financing and construction of many cathedrals, brought back esoteric knowledge from the Middle East during the Crusades. They may have rediscovered ancient secrets from the schools of Alexandria, or even from the master builders of the Egyptian pyramids, who also aligned their monumental structures with the stars, and used sacred geometry to create powerful energetic spaces. This lineage of knowledge suggests that cathedrals are the European chapter in a much older global story. The principles used to build Chartres are echoes of the same principles used to build the Parthenon in Greece or the pyramids at Giza. It is a timeless wisdom that understands how to harmonize human creations with the fundamental patterns of the universe. This ancient science saw no separation between the spiritual and the physical. A building could be a prayer, a mathematical equation could be a hymn, and a temple could be a map of the cosmos. The Gothic cathedral is perhaps one of the most magnificent expressions of this unified worldview. Over the centuries, much of this original purpose has been forgotten. We now see these buildings primarily as historical artifacts, or places for conventional religious services. The subtle energies they were designed to harness have fallen silent, and the knowledge of how to activate them has faded. Yet, the potential remains locked within the stones. Modern researchers and musicians have begun to experiment, using sound generators to find the specific resonant frequencies of these spaces. When the correct tone is played, The entire building seems to wake up, humming with an energy that can be physically felt, just as its builders intended. This is why these magnificent structures still matter so deeply today. They are more than just beautiful relics of a bygone age. They are star-tuned stone songs waiting to be sung again. They remind us of a time when humanity sought to build in harmony with the heavens, and they offer us a blueprint for reconnecting with a deeper sense of cosmic order. By understanding their secrets, we can begin to see them not just as buildings, but as tools for transformation. Gateways that still hold the power to tune our bodies, quiet our minds, and connect us to the enduring silent music of the universe.